What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Urban Frame. It's your boy Martell, and today we're going to be talking about those one of ones. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is your boy Martell Telio Tail. Today we're going to be deep diving. Oh, sorry, correction. Today we're going to be diving into a few books. I would like to call this series my one of ones. How I do my one of ones. First step into adding a book onto my pull list. I initially look at the title and read the synopsis, and if I feel like it's unique and it's something that I want to read, I'll go ahead and put in a pull list. Once I get the issue ones, I'll go through, read them, and see if I actually like them. Hence how we got to the title of this episode, One of Ones. So with one of ones, we grab the issue ones that I'm looking to read on my pull list, and once I read them, I decide if we're going to move forward with them, if we're going to drop them off the pull list. And there you have one of ones explained. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have Brown's Faces out of Boom Studios. I'm not even going to read a synopsis on this book. It's pretty much about African kids in the UK, and they're looking to retrieve artwork from a museum, from their culture. I'm not going to lie. It was like pulling tooth and nails to actually read this book. Initially, I'm not going to lie, when I checked out the cover, it was kind of captivating to me. I thought it would be pretty interesting. I scrolled into the store, looked at it like, this may be legit and dope. But after reading it, I'm not going to lie, it was just a struggle. Well, without further ado, this is what we consider a one of one. It's not remaining on my pull list. It's gone. All right, next up, what we have Kill Train from Mad Cave Studios, issue 1. What can I say about this book? I'll just go ahead and read the synopsis for you, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it in a second. To control the population explosion that nearly crippled the city, New York has instituted a kill train, a randomization experiment program where designated subway trains are picked at random and all passengers are slaughtered by the end of the line. In this not so distant future, we meet Vanessa, a struggling mom in the midst of a nervous breakdown, who discovers that she herself is on the kill train. Now Vanessa, for once in her life, and with everything to prove, Vanessa decides she's not going down without a fight. What this book gives me, it gives me The Purge. Not a bad story. I'm just not sure that it's the story for me that I would want to deeply follow. The artwork and everything in the book, it's fairly decent. It's just something about the story that I'm just not totally into. So without that, it didn't really draw me in. So that's why this is a one of one for me. So Kill Train is not moving forward on my pull list. So next up, another one. What we have here, we have Ripperland. Ripperland. This right here, it's pretty much about Jack the Ripper in the future of 2188. That's a long time. I'm not gonna see it, so whatever. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. This book is an adult read. I would not let any kids read, and you have orgies and all this other stuff going on in it. It's something very intriguing about this book. I'm not gonna lie to you. The artwork is not my total favorite, but it is something that is intriguing to me. With the mystery, it takes place in the future, but London at the time is in a Victorian era. You'll have to read the book to really figure it out, what's going on in there. But will this remain on my pull list? Yes. Surprisingly, it will. So, Ripperland, I'm looking forward to the next 3 issues, guys. So it will remain on the list. Thumbs up. 3 books in. So number 4 out of the 7, what we have The Seasons, issue 1. When I first laid eyes on this, I think back in December, I was very intrigued by this cover, and I was like, let me check this out to see what this is all about. I'm going to read the synopsis to you, and then I'll give you my first initial thoughts on the video and let you know if it will remain on my pull list. So the synopsis reads: Summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the seasoned sisters and the daughters of the world's renowned seasoned detectives. 10 years ago, their famous parents disappeared and left to raise themselves. The sisters formed an unbreakable bond. Now the bond is tested, and the sisters fall prey to a sinister force. The younger sister, Spring, is the last hope of saving them from the fate worse than death. Will Spring be able to piece together her shattered family back together before it's too late for all of them? I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to like this book so much. I really, really do. But I really feel like the first 10 pages of this book, Spring was trying to retrieve this letter. It reminded me of something as a Mary Poppins or a Mary Poppins. It reminded me of a Disney, like I was watching a Disney movie without the back music playing in my ears as I was watching it. Much as I want to like this, I'm just not too sure about it. It's kind of iffy for me. If it stays on the pull list, I'm not going to exit, nor am I going to give it a pass. I guess it's something that you guys have to stay tuned to see if it pops back up. I'm going to probably maybe give it room to breathe to see if it intrigues me anymore, because I'm not going to lie, the synopsis had me. I really, really want to like this book, but just initially, it's not giving me much. If you go online, you have a lot of positive reviews for it, but for me right now, it's just not it. But hey, right now, it's in a neutral space. I'm not exiting it. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but hey, seasons 1, issue 1. All right, moving along. We're moving right on into number 5 on the one of ones list. The Hive. I'm not gonna lie, this cover, what can I say? It's dope. The cover's dope. I'm not gonna lie. Initially, when I seen the cover, I'm like, what is this? You know, some Beyonce type stuff, but whatever. I don't know. This book is in a gray area too as the seasons. Honestly, it gives me action, but I kind of got lost in it. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis, and then I'll get into my initial opinions on it. All right. Without further ado, before we deep dive into my opinion, let me just go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. It reads, Nation Shaw is no one, a worker bee. All that changes when he crosses paths with a few stragglers trying to stay one step ahead of a queen with an immense power who is determined to control her hive, no matter who she has to kill. Welcome to the Hive. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, the queen in this book, I guess the queen bee, she's savage. She's that boss bee. I guess she has what you think of a beehive, where some type of mind control where she actually controls people in her hive. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible read. It just didn't intrigue me as much as I thought it would be. This book still, to me, it's not completely off the list, but it is in my great area. So it's actually a 3-part series, so it may stay on the pull list. I mean, the book was $3.99 for $4. I mean, I can spare the $4, but then again, I could stretch the money out to add to other books opposed to buying into something that I'm not really sure of. But maybe this is just one of those books that you need to let breathe. But then again, I think that it's probably one of those books you need to let breathe. But you know, for now, I might just go into the store and just read issue 2 and issue 3, but I don't think that this is a book that I'll be really investing too much more of my money into. So with that being said, it gets the X. Sorry. All right. So we're coming up to the tail end. Where are we? 4, 5? This is 5, I believe. We're rounding up. We have Mine is a Long, Lonesome Grave. I'm not gonna lie to you, I read this preview, I think, before Christmas, and I was shockingly surprised. It's about a guy, he just jumps, he gets out of prison, and he becomes possessed by a demon, and you know, somehow, some way, he's going on a killing spree. I was initially, when I read it from the previews back in December, I wasn't too sure about it. I was like, eh. But when I actually grabbed the physical book and I read page by page, I get the story and I understand the story. And with that being said, I mean, I can't say anything wrong about this book. The goriness, the artwork, and everything else featured in this landed and solidified its spot on my pull list. So The next 3 issues of this to round this up, I will curate it and complete it. It will remain on my pull list, so there we go. Last but not least, to close this one of ones list out. You know what? I really feel like Image is just killing it with the new one of one issues and introducing new IPs to the industry. One thing I love about Image, I really feel like with their independent creators, they give everyone room to breathe, and you just get all type of unique stories. And with this said, Bug Wars. Initially, I'm not gonna lie to you, this book was not on my radar at all. I just remember seeing a lot of cats online saying that this is on their pickup list for the week and rating it. I'm like, a bug war, bug wars. It sounds pretty lame to me. I'm not gonna lie. And then I walked past it in the comic book shop, and I picked up the copy and I skimmed through the book. I'm like, yo, this seems like look pretty legit. It's basically about a kid. He's sucked down into Bugland, which is here on Earth, but he becomes a bug warrior, I'm assuming. But this book gives me the vibes of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids meets A Bug's Life, the one that Disney couldn't make. You got the goriness, the smashing the heads, you got the cursing and everything else. And just this is all in issue 1. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fairly impressed by the issue. So with that being said, it definitely has solidified itself on my pull list to the duration of this series. So good job, guys. You made it. So those were my one of one issues for the month of February. If you bear with me, we're just going to talk about my one of one issues from the month of January and what I'm not moving forward with. I'll just go over a brief rundown with you guys and then we'll be up out of here. So just bear with me for a second. We're going to do a lightning fast round of things that will not remain on my pull list for the coming months. This was actually things that I picked up in the month of January. Maybe some of these are from December, but for the most part, the month of January is that I picked up one of ones that will not remain on my pull list. First up, we have Dead Eyes Empty Frame. Although I enjoyed this book, it's something about this book that I just don't see I want to go into a full investment with. Dope story. I like the concept for it. I actually did a review on it. Not sure if my review was favorable for it now, but talking about hindsight in the future, it's just not something I want to invest my money in and keep it on my pull list. So with that being said, this one is off my pull list. Next up, we have Cable, Love, and Chrome. I wanted to love this book. I really did. I'm a big X-Men fan and I'm a big Cable fan, but it just didn't do it for me. The covers are amazing. This is how you would want to see Cable, but it was just something about this book that does not do it for me. And it's crazy because I've bought into the full Mystique run thus far and I have yet to even read it. So sorry, Cable, you just didn't make it. So with that being said, you're gone. All right, next up, I did a review on this Dust to Dust. It just wasn't for me. You can read the review. Well, sorry, you can look at my review once I drop it, but it just wasn't for me. I'm not gonna waste my money on it. And last, ending it up for the month of January, What If Galactus Transformed the Gambit? This book wasn't bad, but what I saw about the What If series, I looked at the Hawk, I read it in the store. You know, I'm a big X-Men fan. I wanted to give Gambit a shot, but the What If series, it's just not for me, unfortunately. But again, it was a one of one that I had recently purchased for the month of January, so I did feel that it was very important to just, give it its shot out. And hey, like I said, some people may not agree with me on these, some people may agree with me on these, but for the most part, it's just not for me, these issues. But like I said, stay tuned next month for what we have for March to see what's one of ones, what may make the list and what won't be on the list. But until next time, guys, y'all be good. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.